think that he's come a long way, but more than that, I think he still has miles to go. Simi has worked very hard since he's been here. Really was just a tremendous athlete in high school, a very raw as a wide receiver. So he's worked hard on his technique, worked hard on hand placement, using his eyes, catching the ball. But, man, he's got tremendous size and speed, and that combination is something that we can't coach. But now it's my job now to get him in the right spot, use the proper technique. But I really think the sky's the limit, and I was excited to see him have a great game this past Saturday.
He said that, I guess, the biggest difference from last year to this year, and it sounds very basic, but it's just been comfort level. And even Nate kind of talked about he wasn't surprised by Saturday because Simi's been playing that way and performing that way in practice for a while now. Like, with a young player like that, what's the trigger, or at least for him, what was the trigger of just being able to slow down and calm down and maybe find that comfort and confidence?
Yeah, one, I think it has a lot to do with practice habits, and Simi is a guy that gives tremendous effort all the time. That's never an issue. After that, then it becomes the game experience. And for him, he's played a bunch a year ago. He's played a ton this year. And I just think it just, you've heard that before. Things slow down for kids when they get out there. They don't get overwhelmed by the moment or by the crowd, by the game, by the situation. They just kind of go out and play. I think Simi and Nate, with a lot of our receivers, had a tremendous offseason, worked very hard together for some of that chemistry, and now it's starting to show off a little bit.
You talked about Nate to improve. He dropped a pass when he turned upfield too quick. He's trying to get a first down. Would have been a big first down for the end of the game. Another time, he caught a pass on the sidelines, and the first down sticks were there, but he let himself just get pushed out of bounds. Is that the kind of stuff you're talking about?
No doubt about it. And that's something that, in the film room, I put the clip up and I showed it. I say, Simi, now listen, it doesn't seem like a big deal at the time, but now we get to a 3rd and 1, we jump off sides. Now all of a sudden it's a 3rd and 6 when we really could have had that first down. So, yeah, that's just a part of growing up and learning. And really it's a part of him still learning how to use his physicalness with his physical stature to run through people and go get that first down. But certainly I think that's part of the growing up process.
Sort of tongue-in-cheek, but has the time come for Darius to be an offensive force, Darius Latham?
I don't know that the time has come for Darius to be an offensive force. I think we're trying to use what we can and what we have and to the best of our ability. He's an extremely athletic young man. Obviously, he's a load. And, boy, if we can just get him to go straight ahead and run into someone, he's going to open up some holes.
You guys pulled the reins in a little bit too early Saturday. I mean, obviously the game got close down the stretch.
Yep.
I'm thinking back if you guys were just over midfield, it's 24-10, it's a 3rd and 5, and just ran Divine up into the middle and punted. It turned out well. That was before the 6.
Right, it was a tremendous punt.
Do you guys think you maybe got a little bit?
I don't think so. I think what happens is we run the ball very well, and in our run game, we give our quarterbacks pass options all the time, whether it's a bubble throw, whether it's a quick out. So for us, even though it looks like we're calling runs and being conservative, we still have the ability to throw the football. Just at that time, the ball didn't get put out onto the perimeter. So I don't know that we really did. I think that Jordan Howard's our best player, and so for us to put the game in his hands and let him win the game for us, I think is something that we look to do. But at the same time, in our offense, we're not just one-dimensional. We always have the ability to get the ball out. It just didn't happen at that time.
Ohio State doing a good job of taking away the outside guys, taking away the quick throws. You guys have done a lot of that.
Yeah.
They haven't seen a lot of long stuff over the middle. I mean, as you look at this Ohio State defense, does that change your attitude about how you should approach it a little bit?
Well, one, they're a tremendous defense, and structurally they're very sound. They have playmakers all over the field. They're fast and they're physical. So one, it's going to be a great challenge. But two, I think what we have to do is find a way to exploit a weakness somehow. We need to find something and exploit it. So whether that's quick passes, down the field passes, quick screens, whatever it might be. But, yeah, I think as an offensive coach, the essence is always to find something that you can exploit or try to take advantage of with the defense. Thought Wake Forest had a solid plan. They played aggressive. Proud of our kids. Thought we made some big plays, and look forward to trying to do it again this week.
You mentioned Jordan Howard and getting the ball in his hands and letting him win the game, but just talk about how, the confidence you also have in that offensive line to be able to continue to move. How much has that group evolved?
Yeah, phenomenal. And obviously it's a total package because it's not just Jordan Howard. There's some big, strong men up there blocking for him that are doing a tremendous job, that have played a lot of football for us. So I think over the course of our 5 years here, that offensive line has continued to evolve and get bigger and better and stronger every year. And man, again, that helps you protect your quarterback and that helps you run the ball. And every week that's going to give you a chance to win.
Late in games, the offense has had a chance to, maybe put the game away and kind of seal things up, and hasn't
No
really
doubt.
done that in a couple of the games. What does it take to do that? Is that a mentality thing?
Just an execution. This week we got called for a hold on a play that would have got the first down for us. We would have kept the drive alive. Instead, it pushed us back. And that's just lack of execution, quite honestly. It doesn't have anything to do with scheme or play call or being conservative. I just think it has something to do with lack of execution, and the guy got outside of our body, and we got called for holding, and that happens. Western Kentucky, we did a phenomenal job. Florida International, we had a chance. We didn't do it. So, we need to, that's obviously a point of emphasis. We need to find a way to finish out and close out those games, like all good offenses need to. But I don't know, that has to do with scheme more so than it does. We got caught in a bad spot last week. Correct.
I think you guys would probably run the game out.
Yeah, coming right to our sideline. And then, whatever, that happens. You're going to get called for those.
And I know we talked a lot in the preseason about having kind of Divine and Jordan there together, but just having two guys that can, I know they have individual strengths, but can kind of operate the same way in terms of being physical with the defense.
Yep.
So that you kind of don't, it doesn't seem like either one of them loses steam going into the second half.
Correct.
Because you can kind of interchange.
No doubt. And I think that depth, really at all positions, is going to help you play stronger in the fourth quarter if you can continue to rotate guys. And for us, we don't feel like we change our game plan regardless of who's out there. Like you mentioned, they're both physical, strong runners. They both run with great velocity. And so for us, that's a tremendous, unique pleasure that we have right now, that we got two backs that can go out there and do the same thing. So we're going to keep feeding those guys the ball as much as we can.
You guys had 0 turnovers again. I know Nate hasn't had that many career starts, but he's the kind of guy, like, we got a senior quarterback out there.
Yep.
Is that kind of a comfort level for you guys too? And what you
Yeah, no, obviously Nate's a tremendous player and he's a tremendous leader. That helps a lot. But we harp on ball security like everyone does in college football. But we make a big deal about it, and we emphasize it. We reward our guys when they do well, and we punish them when they don't. But man, if we can hang on to that ball, and our defense is doing just an outstanding job of getting takeaways back for us. But if we can keep that formula going, that's going to lead to some more wins.